Hello, very good evening. This is Zaman. Welcome to our special show today. There is a welcoming 8th of March International Women's Day, and we are celebrating a little bit early to give the other people having a show is day because it's a line of shows. Today I want to invite my core amazing sisters, the powerful women on my eyes, who has amazing sharing stories, inspiration, motivational quote that they can share from their life to inspire you. We don't want to be like a traditional show to talking about the story, all the back thing every year we do. We want to focus on empowering today. This half an hour, even 1 hour, we want to talk about how we can give you practical experience, practical motivation, inspiration, practical tools for our own life. Okay, so let's welcome to wonderful sister Minara. Assalamu alaikum, sister. Assalamu alaikum. How are you?
Walaikum assalam, Assalamualaikum, and good afternoon, Tanzila, and to everybody. It's always a pleasure to be on your programs, and it's amazing, the information and the knowledge that you share with everybody. So thank you for inviting me again. Thank you.
Thank you for giving us time, Apu. Thank you so much. So let's welcome to Michaelene, sister. Hello, sister. How are you?
Hi, I'm Michaelene Holdermarch. It's such a pleasure to be here. And Tanzila, you are what you call a community spirit. You do so much for all communities. That's what I love about you. It's not only about the Bangladeshi or the Muslim women. You reach out to all. You're such an inspiration, and it's just such a pleasure to be here. Hi, Minara.
Hi, Michaelene. How are you? I'm lovely to see you again. Definitely.
Yeah, it's lovely to see you too.
Thank you for beautiful, amazing words. Thank you. I lost my word when I see you, listen you. I want to welcome my another wonderful sister. She is really a idol to me. Such a tender age. She's dealing with so many things so confidently, so amazing, strong personality, all the way from Bangladesh. So let's welcome her. She's such an amazing. I love to hear all the stories from her life that really make her strong and bold. And today I want to welcome, come on, Assalamu alaikum, Sister Anjuman. How are you?
Walaikum assalam, Tanzila. Hello, Minara. Hello, Michaelene.
Hi.
And
Hello.
I'm just speechless. I don't know what to say because you told so many things about me. I don't know whether um, I deserve all those words or not. And you are one of the powerful women in my eyes. That's what
Oh,
I look up to.
so sweet, but you are. That's why we are together here. So I want to hand over everything to my community leader, Sister Minara. This floor is yours. So let's start. Sister, is everything is on your hand. Then after that, Michaelini sister will take on board for Minara. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Tanzila. I mean, obviously, we're here. It's an upcoming celebration for International Women's Day, which everyone, I'm sure, most are aware of the history. So we won't go too into that as we've decided not to. But yes, choosing this year's theme, just to mention, is choose to challenge. So, what can I say? In all our walks of life, we do, and we will face challenges, be it in our personal lives or in our working lives, or even educational lives as well. So in every part of our journey, we will face challenges. Now, when we talk about challenges, how do we choose to challenge those challenges is the question. So I'd love to hear, because the sister that joined us, Anjuman, would love to hear from you, the amazing work that you do, a little bit of introduction about yourself, and also, the challenges that you've faced and that you've overcome and how you've overcome. And if you can share some of that with us, that would be really great.
Thank you so much, Minara, for giving me this opportunity to share my experience and my story with you. The first thing that I was sharing with Tanzila before this live, I did my undergrad and master's with my son, being a single parent. So that was a great challenge for me as well, because my family didn't allow me that time. They were asking me to focus on my parenting role. They were asking me to take care of my son because that was my primary role or primary responsibility according to them. But I wanted to complete my study. So I went to the university. I completed all the admission procedure and everything. And the next challenge was, who is going to take care of my son? Because the university didn't have any daycare support or any kind of support for the children. And at the same time, in my country, in Dhaka, the city where I live, we didn't have adequate amount of daycare or drop-in service to drop my son anywhere. And my parents were not interested to support me. They were asking me to focus on my son and my family. And then the first day, I managed my neighbor to keep my son with them. But the second day, I did not know that whether I'll be able to continue my class or not. But what I did, I took my son with me to the university, and I requested the teacher that if she can allow my son to stay with me in the class, or we can give it a try. If she allows me, then I will give it a try. I will continue the class. Otherwise, I will not continue the class from the next day. Something, she was taking time because she was asking me, if you can manage someone, still you can think about it, because I don't know whether all the participants in the class, they will accept your son or not. I can accept your son in the class, but I don't know whether all the participants will accept him or not. Then I requested all the participants that whether they will accept him or not. And they accepted my son, and I did my class. And the third day, again, I was worried whether they will allow my son or not. Eventually, they accepted it, and I continued my master's with my son. And I think it was a history in my university, in the university where I studied, that someone completed her master's with her son in the classroom. So that was one challenge. And the second challenge came to my life when I started working. Again, I faced the same thing. There was nobody to keep my son, and there was no safe place to keep him there. And then I left my job. I started my own consultancy firm, and I started working by myself. And still in Dhaka, in Bangladesh, I would say there are a lot of challenge being a single parent. But the thing is, if you are confident, if you are determined to achieve your goal, and your objective is very clear to you, you know your destination, everything is possible. And the obstacles, mostly it's here in our mind. Subconsciously, I think we love to stay in a comfort zone. We don't want to overcome that comfort zone, or the obstacles come to us. We are taught to negotiate with our obstacles, and there are so many things, so many stigma in our life, and we inherit all this stigma, all this learning from our parents, from generation to generation, and it became our belief. So we start to believe that, okay, this is not possible, this is the end. And one more thing I would like to say, that I never give power to anybody to draw any conclude in my life. Whenever they say that, oh, you won't be able to do that, this is not your job, better you do that, better you try other things to do. And that was the moment I decided, no, I will do it, because I want to do it. I would like to give it a try at least. I don't know whether I will achieve it, I will be successful or not, but I will give it a try. So that's what.
I think, you know what, you just, it's really amazing that your story is amazing. And also, I'm sure there are a lot of young women and women, also single parents, and others around you that are definitely inspired by your journey as well. And you know what, some of the time, like you said, we don't have that support system around us. And sometimes those of us that are strong enough to stand our ground, and again, this is where the choose to challenge comes in. We choose to stand our ground, we choose to be independent, and then, you know, we can grow our journey from there. But there are those that do need that support system around them. And I think, you know, it's people like ourselves, and there are many others who support, you know, who support people through education, through workshops, through building their confidence in different areas, you know, gives them that boost. And the belief as well, because we need to believe in ourselves. I think it really starts up here, as you've said. I totally, you know, am on you with that. Michaelene, I'd love to hear from you as well, you know, because this is kind of a different flavor for us today, isn't it? To
Yes,
be
it
talking
is.
about our journeys, or the journeys, and how we can inspire other people, not only women but men as well, you know, young
Yeah,
people as well.
yeah.
So,
I think, you know, first I'll say to everyone, you know, my name is Michaelene Holdemarch. I am an entrepreneur. I'm a Forbes business coach, which is quite an honor for me to be on the Forbes listing. You know, I came from humble beginnings, and I've been a healthcare executive. I've got my own companies, and I'm the founder of BAME Health Collaborative, which looks at clinical guidelines and health inequalities. So therefore, for me, I always say is that, you know, that sounds so beautiful. It sounds like Michaelene has it all together and all of that. But I think the most important thing is that elevator, that you don't just take the elevator to the 12th floor and not send it back down so that it can get your brothers and sisters and bring them up so they can also get the same view. And sometimes we get caught up in the recognition and the applause and you know, all the wonderful words that are said to us, but what we're not doing is sharing. And that's why I came on to support Tanzila. It's about sharing that journey, so that we don't become selfish in our perspective. When I am deeply spiritual, so I believe that what is given to me is not only for me, it's to be shared. Yeah. So that others can actually learn from your part, your journey, so that they will be able to do much better. I want people to do much better than I am. I celebrate womanhood. I celebrate sisterhood. I celebrate my brothers and sisters who are going through gender changes. I celebrate all their achievements. And I want people to be much better than I am, because that's the way you learn. So for me, one of the key things here, no matter where you are, no matter what is your status, no matter who people think you are and what people make you believe you are, the fundamental thing is that deep, deep inside of you, you know that you can do better, despite who's saying what to you, despite your domestic situation, your marital, your whatever it is. And sometimes negativity can come from the home itself, the home environment, and even from the people who you think are your friends. So this is what I always say to everyone. Invest in a little book, something that could put in your handbag, just a little blank piece of paper book, you know. It doesn't have to have lines. It doesn't have to cost a lot of money. And in that book, you write who you are. You know, put in that book. You don't, you know, people always think they need to talk a lot, you know, in the Quran and also in the Bible and many other great books. You know, when you talk a lot, you actually, you know, you're selling your dream. And before your dream can actually manifest into something, people already crush it. They can crush it by their look. They can crush it by, they can crush it by the words. They can even crush it by actions. So, but this is yours. And so therefore you should not be asking people to actually, you know, say it is good. It should be you to determine if it's good or bad, because that's how you learn. And failure is good. So the first thing you should write in your book is, if I fail, that's good, because I'm going to learn how to do it better.
definitely.
So the first page in your book, it's okay. If I mess this up, I'm going to learn how to do it better. So that's the first thing you should write. The second thing you should write is, what are you good at? You know, what are you really good at? Not what somebody tell you, not what your teacher said, not what your best friend think, not what your husband think or your boyfriend or your father. What do you think? And the next pages should be, and under that you could draw lines and put all sorts of stuff in it. And you don't need to be grammar correct or whatever. If you want to draw a face or something to represent what you're thinking, that's good, because it's yours. Yeah. And the next page you should really write, and I did this for me. is that not only what it is you want to be and what you're good at, the next page is, what do you need to get there? You know, what do you need to get there? And I'm not talking about people. People are the last thing should be on your list to get you there. If you're going to rely on people to get you where you want to be, I'm telling you right now, you wouldn't go anywhere. So the very first thing I did, I knew as a nurse and a midwife and a teacher, and I studied law and I did management, I knew that I'm not really a good employee in the context of sitting down and taking and not being able to collaborate. So I knew that whatever work environment I am, the employee that I need to be has to appreciate Michaelene for all that I am. I need to be in an environment where I can say, well, that doesn't work. Can I do this differently? I need to be not a submissive employee, but an engaged employee. So I knew that. Yeah. And so therefore, what I did was actually say, what do I need? I need to get skills. I need to link up with organizations. I need to do a little bit of research. I knew all the things that and you put it in and you chip it away. When you finally stand up, women, brothers and sisters and everybody out there, grandmas, you stand up and you go, right, today I'm opening my bakery. It's okay. It's okay if the bakery open only for a month. But guess what? On your checklist of life accomplishments, you did that. It's okay. You open your bakery and then you invite the naysayers. Because if you tell them you were going to open a bakery, you're going to say, do you have bakery? Do you know how to cook? Do you know how to... By the time, it will crush your dream. Yeah? And then you know what you need to do because you had that written down before. I need people who's going to work. I need tools. I need understanding landlord. I need this. I need that. You know what you need. So my message to everyone out there today is that you do you. As a woman, I want you to do you and do the best that you can be without reservations and embrace failures, shortcomings, and all the things that people would say that is negative. That's okay. It will shape you and mold you so you will be greater than anyone expect. No limitations.
No, you know what? It's really amazing and touching, and you're absolutely, you know what? You're absolutely right, Michaelene. It's definitely a journey, and I think we need to, even if it's failure. Failure is part of the journey, part of you building yourself up, part of building that confidence up. I mean, we won't be experts overnight on what we want to achieve. It does take time. And I think that makes you experience also. You hand down that experience and you can support others with that experience, a valuable experience that, you know, one gains through a journey that we're on as well. And, you know, there's so many varied platforms, and like you said, you know, go ahead, join that platform, join that organization, join that group that can really enrich you and enrich your knowledge and your skills. And if you've got a knowledge, share that knowledge, share that skill as well. So yeah, it's very and also we're all role models in our own lives, you know, for our families, for the children, you know, for everybody that we come across. You know, we are role models, and there are many that even look up to you as well, you know. So and I'm sure you all experience that there are many that do look up to us and that do, you know, want something from us.
There is one thing I should have said and I didn't, and I think it's really important, and all the people who are listening, when someone comes to you and say, you know, I want to open a business, or I want to go back to school, or I want to do anything, please, I am asking you this before the words of negative portions fall out of your mouth. Before you say no, before you start criticizing, you know, before that whole thought process about you don't think they are able to do so, I would like you to please step back and say how brave they are to attempt something that you think is beyond their measure. I want us to start now, no matter what race, no matter what religion, no matter whatever gender you are. When someone come to you, it's because they trust you and they just want your words of approval to say that they can. So instead of when the negative words that rush into your brain because you don't think they're worthy or they're capable, I want you to step back, please, and just utter these words. You are so brave. And that will give them the to go forward.
Yeah.
Yeah, please. You're not God.
And also,
You're just mere human.
I just want to add to that, Michaelene, what you said, not to give that negativity and those negative words, but instead encourage. Maybe if you can't give them those, the advice that they need or structure something that they can work from, maybe you could, direct them to somebody
Exactly.
that can,
Yes.
support them in that way.
direct.
Definitely. And, I think that's the beauty of it. Because we're not experts in everything, and if we can just even that little piece of advice goes a long way. And also there are many aspire to do many things, and like you said, many mothers who put their education on hold, or something that they were really great at but they've had to put it on hold, or maybe just caught up in other life situations that haven't let them proceed. Many people, many adults have put their dreams and their aspirations on hold.
Yes.
But what I would like to say is that there isn't a age to stopping, to learning, to gaining, whether it's knowledge you want to gain, whether it's a qualification, and you want to try something, you want to transition into a new role, new work, do something for the first time, as you've all mentioned. What, there is no age limit. There is no limit. You can be 50 and you can continue, you can qualify to be whatever you want to be.
You could be 80, you could be whatever.
80, exactly.
You
know what? I'd really love to hear from Tanzila. I think she disappeared again. So yeah. Tanzila, love to hear from you. And you're doing amazing work and providing valuable platforms, for everyone to get involved in. So yeah, it would be lovely to hear some of that you're doing as well.
Thank you, Apu. Thank you very much. Precisely, we know you are leaving, you have a board meeting. So precisely, I want to say, actually, as a woman, of course, for social dilemma, environment, economical, in every way, though we have a lot of challenges, a lot of everything, but I think the core thing is any human being. It could be even man, I think, like this year's choose to challenge. So I think this, thinking about this quote, I think it's me, it's person, it's individual. Actually, am I challenge myself? Am I empower my mind? Because if I am challenge myself to get up, to stand up, to do this, even like think about a cup of tea. I am feeling sick, I am feeling more, I am feeling, you don't know what's going on underneath my life at the moment. I am smiling, I am talking, but my grandfather died. So I'm in a sad moment, but look at me. Did you realize that? Until I say you. So, it depends on me. Today I said, no, I am not canceling. I invite former mayor, I invite all the leaders, you guys. No, I'm not canceling. Life is like that. But we can manage 1 hour, 1 hour, half an hour to do something good. So it's me. This is the example. So I challenge myself, my mind. So I empower my mind. Okay. This is the solid example I'm giving you guys, if you women are here. So all about me. I don't care about the world. It's me. I care about myself. I need to get up. I need to get ready. I need to communicate to you guys. Set up everything and start. Let's do this. Simple. So this is the way every time in your life, as Anjuman Apu said, she's a single parent. Look, she is a bold lady. She didn't afraid to say. In our country, in our culture, if I say I'm a single, I am a, divorce or anything. Oh my gosh, like this. But she's not. Look, she's a normal woman. She didn't feel afraid. So this is called like choose to challenge. If somebody doing bad thing, I need to say, stop this. I can't tolerate. We have right, okay? So I think everything start from self. And my message is to, guys, my beautiful sister, you are beautiful, okay? You don't need to be, don't need to be acknowledged by other people, okay? So you need to think about your mind. You need to empower your mind. So any challenge, think about yourself. I never want to give you inspiration. Think about other successful woman, how she did, what she did, then challenge you. No, I will request you, challenge your mind, yourself first. So when you can win yourself, you can win the whole world, okay? Winfrey or the Meghan, the royal or anything. Of course, they are individual in their own way. I can't be like a royal. I am already Tanzila, something, Bangladeshi woman. But I can be nicer. I can be better than before yesterday. This is important message for me. And I would like to invite all the women to empower through skill excellence, because our dilemma, our social, environment, we can't do this, we can go out, we can learn, and I am married, I have a child, I have, blah, blah, blah. So every solution is skill excellence. You can learn from your home and you can teach. Example, if anybody, as the sister said, if anybody 50 years, they wants to learn again, okay, they can do any courses from skill excellence. Again, if my mom is 50 years old, but she's good in cooking, she can teach other women through skill excellence. So this platform is empowering you to be enraged, to be spread. Okay, this is me, because I know my sister Mira, you are going. So I want to hear from your own something, any kind of example living before. Thank you.
Any kind of example. I think we've shared our own sort of like insights, from our own lives, and also just externally from the lovely Anjuman and sister, both sisters there, Michaelene. Do we get your? Is that pronounced right, Michaelene? Okay.
Mute. You are in mute.
It is Michaelene.
Michaelene. Such a beautiful name. So we need to pronounce it.
Thank you so much. But before you go, Minara, what is the 5 top tips you would give to women before you leave, and anyone, gender, it doesn't matter? What was your, International Women's Day, yeah, but we want to inspire all, yeah, and with all the gender rights and people who are just really coming out on themselves, what is the 5 things you would say to someone who's listening right now? What is the 5 things that they want to break out, but what's the 5 things?
What the 5 things, what key, I think we've touched on them together. I would say, first off, believe in yourself. It starts, if you can believe that you can do something, that's the first step. I think you've got to believe, even when you're, I just want to express a bit, even when you're wanting to break away from something or out of the norm, the usual norm or routine or something, it takes time. You might think, like you said, if we feel comfortable, our comfort zones are comfortable, we do not want to break out of our comfort zone sometimes, but sometimes it's really a good thing to explore outside of that. So believing in yourself is definitely important, that I can do it, or at least I will give it a try. And then confidence. The next part I would say is, building that. If you are low in confidence, and you need to build that confidence, and like you said, it could be anybody. It's not only women, it's for young people, children, young people, female, male, and everybody of all gender. Expressing it to them, it's about confidence as well. If you're confident, do things that build up your confidence. Do things that maybe you did once that were good for you, maybe revisit them, and build your confidence that way. Little things, and it starts with small things, small steps. I would say the third is definitely small steps. Take small steps, and if you want to do something and you're passionate about something, gather all the information. Information is definitely important. Do the research behind what you want to do, how do you want to achieve it. Maybe people that have achieved it, or just sort of like a mapping exercise. So do something, jot it down, like you said. Because I find that helped me in the past, because I'm although we've got technology in the form of we can quickly use the tablet or the phone to make notes, but I'm still a writer. I keep journals. I've been keeping journals since I was in my teen days from school. Wow. From my secondary, and I still have some of my journals as well. And I still keep them. I love keeping notes. When something comes into my head, I have a little notebook I do carry as well. So, Michaelene, I jot ideas. Something will come in my head and I need to jot it down. Yes, you know what? I could do something with this. I could develop a project. I could develop something, or, work in partnership with, others, that we could develop something really good. And, for me, I love doing media related stuff, raising awareness and things. So this all comes in use, when you want to target different sectors and different groups of people. So definitely do your research, take small steps. And fifth is, go for it. Whether failure is part of the journey, please don't be put off by failure. I mean, we haven't achieved what we've achieved till now. Sometimes it can be difficult. It can be difficult because we're just not getting there where we want to be, or we're just not finding the right kind of connections. But now what the beauty of everything is, even though through the pandemic and the COVID, we've been connecting through different platforms, with the technology, which is brilliant as well. And then if technology came to a breakdown, we still have our phones, so we can still communicate via our telephones and calls as well. But definitely in the join groups that will enrich you, empower you.
Yes.
Empower you as a person as well. So it's the journey, just you're building yourself and then put yourself out there. It doesn't matter what it is, what you want to do. Like I said, it could be something that you want to achieve from your home, something. Because now the trend, there is a trend that working from home, and people are baking from home, doing arts from home, teaching from home.
It's so much deliveries.
We're so lucky that we can connect globally with everybody, with loads of people, even through Skill Excellence. I know you do amazing, that you do connect with people from all over the globe. So that's another beauty. Whether it's, and also get involved in different things that make you happy. Do things, hobbies, little things, do voluntary, if you want to gain that experience, just overall enrich yourself as a whole person, and engage. And also, we're all here. If anyone wants to reach out, we're more than happy to, please do message, reach out to Tanzila. We're more than happy to, help in whatever way we can. Definitely.
Yes, I like what you just said, actually, because that comes back to that ideology of a foolish question. No question is stupid.
Stupid. Exactly.
No question is stupid. Believe you me, when you ask that question, somebody else might just learn from that, because they were just as shy to ask that question. And if you remember that, you ask anything and everything. You ask, and just look for the right platforms to do so. You can always reach out to us by, reaching out to Tanzila, and she's always open and welcome. And then you just send your question, and we will give you the answers. We may not be able to have all the answers for you, but one of the things is that, as Minara said, we will direct you to someone who more than likely have the skill set and the knowledge in that area. But the whole thing is breaking out from where you are. And no more pity parties. 2021, no more pity parties. You got to get up and stretch and go, you know what? I'm going to do something really different. It doesn't matter if it fails. So, Anjuman, I'm so glad you're here. Hopefully one day I will be able to visit Dhaka. And so I'm looking forward to that.
I love to. We can go
great
once,
What is your 5 top tips for anyone who is listening? What is the 5 things?
Before we asking her, we say goodbye to Minara, sister?
Minara, you're gonna leave now?
Yeah.
Well, Minara, we want to say
I
thank
will
you
leave
so
now.
much.
It's been such a pleasure meeting the lovely Anjuman for the first time, and I
Yeah.
hope we connect as well. And definitely, I would love to know a bit more about your work as well. Michaelene, it's always a pleasure to see you, and I'm glad we met through Tanzila. And Tanzila, thank you so much.
Thank you.
For creating this platform and for us connecting. Till the next time, and I'm going to say bye-bye to everybody and have a lovely afternoon, and bye to the viewers as well. Thank you, Tanzila. Thank you, everyone.
Minara. It's
Thank you.
wonderful seeing you again. Thank you.
Have a lovely evening. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you
Bye.
very much for joining us.
See you again.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes. Hi, Anjuman. Oh, that was lovely. Minara
Yeah.
is so inspirational, isn't she? She's so
Yeah.
inspirational. Anjuman, let's just talk. I mean, wow, your story is so unbelievable. I mean, that took more than just motivation. That took much more than strength. That was
That's
like,
why I say she's
that
a
was like,
warrior.
you know,
That's
I
a
am.
huge compliment for me.
No, it is. That's like, you know, I am going to do this. I am going to study. I understand the family dynamics with this, but I think I could do so much better and more and contribute better to the family life. And for some people watching this is like, wow, how did she do it? So what is the 5 things that anyone could just, you know, say, wow, I'm gonna take some of these? What is the 5 top things, if you could just guide us?
I don't know if I do have 5 things or not, but definitely I have 1 or 2. The first thing I believe that we can do for each other, that is to validate each other's emotion. Because most of the time we become judgmental. Whenever people try to express their feelings with us, we become judgmental and we try to impose our experience on them. We try to judge them based on our past experience. So we need to stop to do that. And I like the way you mentioned, Michaelene, that we should step back before we comment on something, before we comment on someone's dream or someone's thinking or someone's feelings, because we are nobody to judge their feelings, their thinking process, and whatever they are trying to do or trying to achieve or they are deciding to do. So the best thing we can do is we can say, go for it, and I will be right beside you. If you need my help anytime, I will try my level best to support you to achieve your goal. Rather being suggestive, rather giving some specific advice or guideline, because we all do have limitations. Because I don't know whether my suggestions are the most effective suggestion for that person or not, and I don't know whether it is the best suggestion for that person. Maybe that person knows better than me. So whenever people share their dreams or they come to us to share their thought or anything they want to do in their life, we can listen to them with empathy, and rather being suggestive, we can promise to be with them. We can promise to support them, to stand beside them. In my journey, I did not get anybody right beside me. I can say literally there was nobody to understand, to validate my dream. Um, but somehow I managed to do it. Still, I, I think that if someone comes to me with their dream, I will try with my limited knowledge and with my limited skills to support them. I will support them. That's it.
Wow. That is just great. I mean, that is what you call strength. That's strength right there. You know, because you didn't have the support and you still forged through and broke barriers. And that is really to so many of the viewers, that actually it sends a message that yes, you can factor, like Manara saying, the belief, the in here, the mindset that you were going to do it. And that is so much stronger than the physical, isn't it? It's a mindset, like Tanzila said, you get up and you're feeling, I don't feel well, but you get up and still make your own drink. You kick off that dependence, and that is so powerful. Tanzila, wow.
Yes.
That is really, that is worth writing in a book, really.
Thank you. Thank you.
The narrative is great for a book. But in your society and in many other similar societies, it's very difficult for women because of the whole patriarchal system, with the men thinking that you only can do ABC.
Yes.
It's changing. Not all the men are thinking like that at all. There are men from those societies who want their daughters to exceed and do fantastic and do well and break through. And there is the old customs, and old customs take a long time. There's no right or wrong about it. It's just what they knew, what was passed down from generations to generations. So we're not going to be criticizing customs. But one of the things is that how, and I'm going to ask Tanzila this, and I know Tanzila, you say it's about getting up and doing it, but how can we encourage our community, even for us in the Black community, how can we encourage our community to celebrate where we've come to, rather than breaking it down silently, or breaking it down physically, or breaking it down by words? How can we, what is the key to make others celebrate what we have without jealousy, without envy, without all those things, but just celebrate?
Okay, thank you so much. It's a very beautiful questions, and I think burning question. So all I can say, it's like few years I can give you my personal experience, how I do and how I did. The thing is, I believe that we have a lot of groups. So it's start from your hand, like internet now in Facebook, like I am like contacting with you from Dhaka, Anjuman. So it's very hard. How can I get her from Dhaka? But look, the internet make us very, very easy. We can just click. The same way, I think at the moment we can begin first from Facebook. We have a lot of women group, lot of girls group. So what we can do, as I'm a professional empowerment coach. So what I did, practically, I make a nice little ad that, you know what, you are amazing woman. I praise them. I appreciate them. So you are wonderful. Sometimes maybe I never heard this kind of good words. Never appreciated. My home, my environment, in the society. So, but you are beautiful. You are nice. You know that. So I believe you know that. So let's come up and share your feelings, your thoughts. Do you want to do something? Maybe you can do your own skill, maybe little business, maybe you can give change, maybe freelance, anything. I believe it doesn't matter if you are married or single, or you are just a unmarried woman. I believe as a woman you have a lot of qualities, minimum few by born, God gifted. So why not make sort of what is your passion, make what is your importance, make something your priority that really you love to do again and again. So why not you are confident on that? So after that, I give them empowerment session, on one-to-one session, group session. So I let them explore themselves. What is their passion? How can they, they utilize their knowledge and expertise, even skill. Maybe they can little polish. So then they, oh yeah, Tanzila, I like that. I do want to do that. It was my dream. Nobody helped me. My husband, my baby, my in-laws, and our in-laws, they will make you like this. Not everyone. I'm not saying everyone. Okay. I'm sorry. No offended. I'm saying most of them. Very few are really generous kind. Look, I am an in-law. My brother has his wife. So when I call, I ask him, how is your study? How are you? What do you like to do? Job or business? Even I can give you money for the investment. I ask, how are you? What do you want to do? But most of the in-laws, they ask you, what you cooked for my brother. And I am not that kind of woman, okay? So not everyone. So I believe, like me, we have a lot of in-laws like me who wants to see their brother, their sister-in-law will be nice, will be professionals, will be businesswomen. I believe we have in society, but maybe they are not like us. But we have, I believe. So I'm not going to the negative things. I'm going to say, so after that, I make them feel empowered by their mind. I tell them, get confidence in yourself. Let's feel yourself. Just forget about your husband, okay, in-laws, or you know what I mean. Just forget about everything. Think about yourself. Do you love yourself? Yes, no. If yes, okay. So what you want to do? You want to have a cup of tea for yourself sometimes? Oh yeah, I should. Yes. So first, you need to start self-love. You need to start self-esteem. Okay. You try to gain your all confidence inner. You need to work. Look, everybody need to works inside. Then need to go out to sort out outer thinking. But you know what happened? We always complaining. My husband is that. My in-laws is that. My school is that. Like Anjuman who is giving example. She took her son with her MBA, with her master's school. I mean the university. Look. I need to work on me first. So then I can say, would you kindly help my institution? And she managed. So if Anjuman didn't take this step herself, so who will help? First, she took a step. So that way, I want to say, first of all, is me, is I. So I'm encouraging all my wonderful sisters in a group or a one-to-one session. Okay, guys, you are amazing, you are beautiful. I believe you have minimum one skill. Okay, you have one skill to share with others and empower yourself and empower other people and gain some, financial freedom, self-love, because also it's confident. When you do something, a small business, even a small business, you maintain, you talk with the customer, you deal with, this is also give you confidence. When you sell something, it's nice. You feel, oh my God, people like my stuff, people like my service, people like my cooking, people like my dress. Oh, I can sell. So I think it also empowering. Having a little business, home business, also it gives you lot of confidence, lot of self-esteem. Okay, so I help them like this. So gradually I try to want their shell, the rigid shell break, come out. Let's start. So then if their family is problem, they are really problematic, I always tell them, please, first you work out yourself, get some success, get some confidence, then try to negotiate, try to collaborate with your husband, with your in-laws family. And I believe all our husband, they want to see us good, of course they want to see us happy, good. If they're not, I think they are not normal. So maybe first they don't acknowledge, they don't understand the beautiful, empowering things. But later on, I think if we can show them we did something, I think then it helps them get confidence. Okay, Tanzila can do that. Okay, let her do that. So I think sometimes we need to work on ourselves. We need to get some credit, get some success to acknowledged by our surroundings, and then gradually, I think they'll be on board. This is me.
Okay, one of the key things that you're saying there that is really important, and I think we need to bring it back, that even in, and Anjuman, you probably would agree with me that when you're in your family setting, and sometimes family members are just scared for you. They don't know, whether you can cope, whether you can. And I think it's good to just think about your family situation first and weigh that, is it the right time for me to do this? How will I get there? Who will support me? You know, my husband, how many hours he's putting out in the day? Can he afford for me to take out this money to do that? You need to really look at your family life. I would not say to you to just do this, because it sounds good. You really need to look at your home environment, be considerate of the people who live in with you in the household.
Yeah.
And then it's good to actually, when you got it all together, how it will work, you could show them how they would benefit and how they can help to see. And that it may not be a 6 months plan. You got to tell them this is not a microwavable thing. It will take some time. It's like planting a tree. Plant a seed, it will become a tree. It will take some time. We won't get it the benefit immediately, but if we all water that seed, it will grow into something powerful. So I think it's really important for the family contributions, but it's about how you pitch it and how you share that. Communication is really the key. Anjuman, what do you think about that?
I totally agree with you that communication is really important. To show my empathy, my care, there are two ways. I can share my fear with my family members or with my partner, or I can tell them, see, this is what you can do. But to me, it's probably challenging, or I'm scared of doing this. But if you are confident enough and um, you are ready to do it, you can start doing it. I will support you. For
Yes,
me,
yes,
this is what the family members can tell them. And the communication, authentic communication. Sometimes we do not express our fear, our limitations. We just tell them, don't do it. Maybe we're not telling them, I'm scared of this. That is my
yes,
limitations. We don't want to share our vulnerability or our limitations with anybody. So I think Minara said about confidence. I think confidence is understanding my own weakness and strengths as well. And I need to know how I can handle my weakness and
yes,
how I can use my strengths. So I think this is what we need to practice in our life.
yes,
Wherever we are going, wherever we are, whatever we are doing, we need to understand our weakness and strengths first. Only then we can share our suggestions or whatever we think or whatever we feel about anything to someone. That's it.
yes. I totally agree with you. It's so hard, for some people right now because of the COVID, they're not working. They're not sure about where their next food is coming from, and they're not sure about, tomorrow, what life will be like, and all the pressures that go with it. So we're not saying here on, for the International Women's Day, series that's going on. We are not saying here that we expect you to do miracles. We expect
No.
you to just look at your life a little bit better and where you were in 2018, 2019, 2020. We are just hoping that 2021, you can do something a little bit different that will make you a little bit more happier. Yeah. And whatever it takes, painting, writing, poem, whatever it is. It doesn't always have to have an economic benefit to it, but it's that self-actualization that you are worthy, you have value, and you're more than what anybody could say who you are. It doesn't matter. Even if you're homeless right now and you're watching this on your phone, it is about you and where you are and how you're going to get out of where you are and how you're going to do differently. And you're either going to do it with your family and your loved ones, sharing that and pushing you forward, or you're going to change your mindset. And most importantly, you got to ask yourself, why you doing it? Why are you still in the same place complaining, as Tanzila said, the year in, year out, you're complaining and saying, poor me, I can't, why not? It's time for you to say, why not? Why can't you do it? Yeah. You can do it. You just have to. I say to people all the time that maths is not my thing. Maths, oh God, I failed it. I failed it in school. I'm not ashamed to say I failed it. But I knew that I had other skill sets. And thank
Absolutely.
God for technology, for the maths. I had people who would say, oh, you come from a village in Trinidad and Tobago. And I'm proud of that. So I had people who said to me, remember when you were going to school, you weren't good at maths? And I'm proud of that. Thank you for reminding me. But look where I am still, So when you get thrown the daggers and the negative daggers, you celebrate it and say, yes, that's true. But look where I am, Tanzila. What do
Yeah,
you
no,
say about that? When you get negative comments that come to you, how do you deal with it?
it's a very good question. But I want to welcome our mayor, the former mayor of Buckingham, Dagenham Borough. Let's welcome our wonderful, inspirational mayor. Because I met a lot of mayor, also many personalities, but she is a young mayor and also she has a lot of self completion. But she never allowed her life to make her down to be mayoral job. Also, she is a role, lot of role. So never she feel like she's sick. She can't. No, because whenever I read her story on the Facebook, I really let's welcome to our young mayor. Very good evening.
Hi, Councillor Sanchia Alasia. How are you?
Evening and happy International Women's Month to you all.
Oh, it's so good to have you join us. Really proud of the fact that you're a young mayor. We are so proud of you.
Yes, yes. And also you're doing wonderful things as well. Very wonderful things.
I
Well,
was talking
thank
about
you.
you. As being you are physically sick, most of the time you say on the Facebook that you sick, but you never make you down your role, that you never express other people that I have this and I can do this. So how, today is a burning question to you, for all the audience, how you challenge yourself, because this year all the thing is all about accepting challenge. So how you challenge this?
It's about accepting. Yeah, it's a wonderful thing that they've chosen for International Women's Month. It's choosing to challenge. And I think women across the generations, all of us here this afternoon, but all of us have been challenging. I know you've got this wonderful initiative, and we can talk about this, who have been challenging. I think individually we're all responsible for our own thoughts and actions every day, and we can, all of us, even men, and I would encourage the men to do this, we can all choose to challenge and call out discrimination about women and inequality, but also we can all choose to find out and celebrate women's achievements. And if we do that, then collectively we can all help to create a more equal society. So before we have change, we have the challenge. So I would encourage us to, let's all choose to challenge.
So what will be? I want Michaelene's sister. Yeah. Now she's hosting now. She will ask you a question.
So that is a great thing, but for many, the mere idea to challenge, it takes strength to do that, and it also, you have to be brave in some contexts. But there is, there's many ways of challenging a situation. What would you say to an introvert who wants to challenge a situation?
An introvert.
Yeah, and for extroverts it's easy. It's like, this doesn't work for me, or they would write it or something. But for someone who is an introvert, and most introverts are really geniuses in one way or the other. So how would you say for an introvert to challenge a situation? Because they may need to challenge in their home life, their professional life, or socially, or even in the church or in the mosque or wherever. How what are the things you would say about challenging?
Well,
sorry. Before you answer, sorry, I want to stop, because Anjuman's sister is joining from Dhaka, and it's Bangladesh. It's late night. It's very late night.
Oh, wow.
It's now 12 o'clock. So I think we need to
Anjuman,
good time.
it was such a pleasure having you on. But
Thank you. Same here.
Before you go, if you don't mind, Councillor Alicia, can I just ask Anjuman, before she leaves us to go to bed so late at night, what would you say to introverts about challenging? Because it's such a difficult thing to do, even in your home life, if you're an introvert, or even not an introvert, but just quiet type, How do you challenge?
Well,
sorry,
I
are you
think
asking me?
No, I said because Anjuman is leaving to leave. We'll ask her. Yeah, go ahead, Anjuman.
I think introvert people are more powerful than extrovert.
Really?
Because they have all the energy within themselves.
Okay.
Because I was an introvert person. I would say I was not purely introvert. My personality is kind of, ambivert. Because sometimes I'm extrovert in my comfort zone, and sometimes I'm really introvert. So I used to take time to communicate with people, and I didn't have many friends. So my social life was really very small. But now I have a very big social life, I would say that. But it was never difficult for me to move out from my comfort zone, as long as I was clear about my objectives and whatever I wanted to do. So that's what I think the main source for introvert people.
Good. Well, I just want to say on behalf of Skill Excellence. We want to thank you for joining us all the way from Bangladesh, from Dhaka. We hope to see you again soon. Keep on motivating, keep on inspiring, keep on breaking frontiers and barriers, and keep on being the hero for so many women, who the ones you know and the ones you don't know, and even for young men and young women and everyone, all genders. And we just want to say thank you. Continue your amazing work. And I
Thank you
can't
so much.
wait for you to put it into a book. And I will be the first to buy. I can tell you, I will buy your book. It's an inspirational story. Thank you
Yes.
for being here.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Michaelene. And it is always a great pleasure to be here in this platform. And Tanzila is one of the powerful women in my life. I said it already. So it is a great pleasure for me. And hello, Alessia. I'm sorry that I can't stay with you now, but my best wishes are with you all. Thank you. Carry on.
Okay.
Good
Thank
night
you,
from
Apu.
Dhaka.
Good night.
Thank
Good
you.
night.
Thank you,
Thank you.
Tanzila.
Tanzila.
Thank you.
See
Bye.
you. Bye.
Okay, Councillor Sanchia Alicia, thank you for joining us. I know it's been a really busy day for you, but we just wanted to ask you about challenges, because you said that, and you really, you hit home about challenges, and as a Black, Asian, minority, ethnic, and in the world that we live in right now, to actually challenge could be misconstrued. And so therefore we want to give people the direction in how to challenge.
Yeah, I think, I mean, throughout history, there's been many, many women who have challenged. And I think, as I said earlier, we can all choose to challenge, but we can do this in our own individual way. So whether you're, an extrovert or an introvert, so whether you're a frontline activist on the picket lines or somebody behind the scenes, you might be the one that maybe taps somebody on the shoulder and lets them know that something is wrong very quietly, but you're still challenging. You're playing your part. It doesn't matter how big or how small it is. You are still playing your part in bringing about and influencing change, whether it's on a small level or whether it's on a big level. So I think you just do it in your own way, and don't be intimidated and feel pressured to take on a challenge that you don't feel comfortable in doing. You do what feels comfortable to you.
Yeah, I'm the founder of BAME Health Collaborative, and Tanzia is our community lead for speaking up, the Muslim voices speaking up. And one thing's how we challenge as a group is to challenge clinical guidelines, how they are written, and if it benefits our BAME Health Collaborative. But so that's how we challenge. So for people out there, you can challenge by just actually reading stuff and saying, that's not the way it should be. And I suggest this. There's a great way to say, I suggest, it's a great challenging word you could use. I suggest, even in anything that has to do with you and your livelihood, it is important. But coming back to you, Alicia, what does International Women's Day mean to you?
Well, I love International Women's Day and International Women's Month because we still don't have equality. We still don't have true equality. Yes, there's been progress. We have women in political positions. We have women doing so many wonderful things, but we still don't have 50-50 parity in a lot of places in politics and in a lot of senior level positions in organizations across the world. There isn't that 50-50, because for those of you who don't know, women comprise 50% of the population, and so and women still suffer from a lot of discrimination and a lot of challenges. I mean, if we even think about the pandemic and the challenges that women have had to face, bearing the brunt of the childcare, bearing the brunt of the teaching responsibilities, suffering from domestic violence. So you can see that even the pandemic has highlighted that there's still a lot of inequalities that women face. And that's why we still need to challenge the system and fight for a better and more equal outcome for women.
Yeah, you touch on a very important thing, as I call it, the five prongs. Yeah, in regards to salary and earnings, we still don't have equal salary.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Two, in regards to jobs, yeah, we still are kept out from certain jobs, especially engineering jobs that were classed as male oriented.
Absolutely.
You know, engineering jobs that in regards to buying oil blocks or whatever it is. We, you know, even pilots. Yeah, we have a few women pilots now, but even in different roles. The third thing, as you said, is in regards to politics. Yeah.
Absolutely.
And sitting at the top table in big corporations, we still not there. But more importantly, within the home life and the home setting,
Absolutely.
it has exposed the fact that women are working. They're working at home. They're still teaching. They're still cooking. They're still doing everything within the home
like never before.
And yes, it really exposed that. But there's another question I want to ask you, and you can help. You know, we have to join together to be much more collective, much more together. It doesn't matter about our racial background. We have to work together, because if we don't come together as a unit, we more than likely fail. And in the BAME and health, BAME, Black, Asian, and minority ethnic, we need to work closer together. And I think, what can we do to actually empower each other more, to congratulate each other more? Because we have to admit, we do have toxic environments whereby who do you think you are? What? You know, I'm not going to support. So how can we move forward where we sort of support our sisters' endeavors?
We need to support each other. And the thing is, what we have to realize is that we don't have to share, you know, belong to the same political party. We don't have to have the same cultural background to support the women's movement, to support for gender equality. So rather than tearing each other down and focusing on our differences, let's focus on the things that unite us, because there's so many things that unite us. More, we have more things in common that we have apart. And it's really sad when we don't see women supporting other women. It's really sad when we backbite and we snitch and we gossip about our fellow women, because, you know, you may think that you're elevating yourself, but actually you're not. Actually, what you're doing is you're denigrating the name of women everywhere. And so I would encourage us. I have, you know, many colleagues and many friends from across the political divide, across cultural divides, across religious divides. And you know, let's focus on the things that bring us together and work to, you know, as the theme is challenge. And, you know, if we can just work on the things and the programs and the campaigns and not pull each other down, but actually pull each other up, we'll see that by pulling each other up, we ourselves will also benefit from it individually. But as a women's collective gender equality movement, we will also benefit collectively. And it's not just about us, it's about the future. The things that we are doing now. For us to get to where we are today, there were many women, there were many organizations like the suffragettes, many women, like, you know, that played their part in history for us to get to where we are today. So we have to also think about the foundations that we lay today will also help the next generation. And wouldn't we want our children, our grandchildren, our great-grandchildren to have greater equality?
Yes.
Yeah.
And we're not saying, for the viewers out there, we're not saying that if you notice that there is dirt on your sister that you shouldn't tell them. We're not saying that. But using social media to bring them down is absolutely not the way forward. So you can actually send a private message and go, Michaelene, you know, I noticed this, and then I could respond privately to you.
That's
There's
it.
no need in the public humiliation. The public humiliation only lasts a minute on Michaelene or anybody else, but then people start to look at it deeply and go, wow, is that what that person do? Wow,
Exactly.
I need to be careful. So we need to actually carry the torch for each other. We
Yeah.
need to show our children, our nieces, our friends' children that we are heroes and we are going to be helping, as you know, as Alicia, you know, Councillor Sancho, Alicia say, and Tanzila, that we are paving the way. If we stop seeing us and seeing what we're doing for the future, oh my gosh, can you imagine it? Think about how far we've come as a people, and we need to break down the religious, the racial, the tribe, the language, and we need to stand in unity. We want fairer access to everything that all the men have. We want to be able, we can't do everything like them. We can't lift a big heavy stone. Some of us can't. We're not saying that, but we want to be able to be part of. Let us be fully engaged and to be part of. And I'm so proud of you, Tanzila, because for many years, in the 80s especially, education platforms were led by men.
Yeah.
Online platforms were led by male institutions. Yeah.
Right.
Anyone who listening to this, you find a woman who led educational independent platform and let me know who they are, because I am into sort of education. Many years ago, Councillor Sancho Alicia, if you look back at the first woman who became a mayor.
Absolutely, yeah.
You know, this is breaking barriers here. You guys, come on. You know, before, when you look and you walk through all these county halls, you only see male, 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 male. And then you see Queen Elizabeth, Her Royal Highness. You see that and you think, wow, what an incredible photo art, because you see all these great men. And so changing, now we can see not only a woman, we've seen a Black woman picture is going to be there in all the regalia. And I salute you for that, for taking that challenge, because now when a little kid from a BAME community, Black, Asian, ethnic minority, walk through that building, she go, oh, I could do this. Yeah, absolutely. I could do this. And so, and even a young male or whatever, we can do this. So I just want to thank you all for coming here today. I just have one final question, and that's to you, and then I'll hand over to Tanzila. And that is, we are here today, and I say it should be an everyday thing, not just one day. It should be every day. So tell us, what do you see the vision, how we should shape it for going forward?
Yeah, you're absolutely right. I mean, International Women's Day and International Women's Month is a great way to highlight the achievements of women, the struggles of women, but we don't need to confine it to March. We should be promoting gender equality all year round. And so given that the topic of this year's International Women's Day is choose to challenge, I would want to challenge our viewers to challenge yourself, because far too often we hold ourselves back from being, you know, influential, from being impactful. So I would challenge our viewers, challenge yourself, take away all the self-limiting beliefs and other things that are stopping you, and take action in your own way that will change your situation for the better. It could be a small step, it could be a big step, but choose to challenge you. So that's what I would end by saying.
Thank you so much for that. Tanzila, what is your first to begin? I just need to say something. Tanzila, we salute you as a community lead. And I've known you for many, many years. Yeah, quite a number of years. And I want to say that with race, background, tribe, nationality, you just cross boundaries.
Absolutely.
And you just humbly extend yourself to all.
Yeah.
And whatever it is that you are doing, that's why you have people supporting you,
Absolutely.
because you are a true hero in our
Oh,
community.
she is. She's
And
wonderful.
so, with pride and joy, we are here with you as you are what is class, an international woman. And let's celebrate that. Tell us your
Absolutely.
words that you would like us to end on this show today.
Thank you so much. What a word. I just speechless. Whenever we start, I feel like, so blushing my eyes. Thank you so much. And I would like to say our chief guest, special guest, former mayor, councillor Alasia. She's a woman. I know her few years. Actually, I lived before also Barking, and I had a wonderful time with me and my son at her chamber. And really, I feel, as you said before, the little woman walking through the office, all the big picture of the man. And she said, "Oh, I made it." So, I feel so proud when I see BME, the representing in the big office, big leadership, top class position. And I want to reach them. I want to listen their inspirational stories, because I feel it will give me so much, insight, motivate me, inspire me, and also the community through my shows. So I was reached her, and she was so nice and kind. We had a beautiful time, and I was present her my book, also my son's book. It was amazing time. So then, I had her inspirational story towards my viewers. So I want to say again, thank you so much for all the valuing your support and time. And she is very nice. Every time I message her, and she just reply, even the late night. I just surprised. Sometimes you don't need to reply. I just send because you can see in the morning. But she just reply. He make me so humble. She's so kind every time. So the thing is, my message for this year, Women International Day, is coming. The same thing with you guys. You say the both all are saying this day. It represents the whole day, whole year actually. We celebrate one day. That means we can bear all the significance. We can feel from heart and give it to pass on each day, every day. Like Alasia was saying, promoting. We need to promote the same thing every day. It's not about the one day, just finish everything. All the equality is coming. People will praise you, give you, honor you. But no, not only for one day, my husband will make a cup of tea. No, when I come from office, he's come from office. I need to pick up my son, okay? And I need to give my son wash. And after that, I need to cook. And my husband will have a cup of tea and enjoy in the sofa. It's not that. And one day in the International Women's Day, he will make a cup of tea for me and say, "Whole day is yours." I think it's not that. We need to be think about every day we are coming office after office. We need to share each other the job, the tasks. We need to cook together, and my husband does. I am lucky, my husband does. So, but every husband may not. So, our message is to be this day, this one day will be carry on the whole year round. Significance of women achievement, even a little, inside and outside world. So we need to celebrate and appreciate all the way. And also one thing I want to share, very important. This year, the choose to challenge. I don't want to say you challenge you with others. My message is to you, challenge you yourself. First, if you challenge yourself and you win, you see the rest of the world with you. So the most important thing, you need to choose challenge within yourself. You need to empower your mind. Okay, empowering by challenging your mind that yes, you can do that or you will achieve that. And you need to go forward. This is my core message, my dear. I'm so humble. I'm so grateful you in my life. I'm thanking you. Thank you so much.
Well, thank you. Thank you for all being here today. Thank you. Thank you so much, Councillor Sanjia Alasia, for being here. We want to thank Minara Anjuman for all who've been here, and we've had a really, really informative session. My words, my final words to you is that final words for the world is that I long to see a woman in charge of a big energy company. I mean, like BP, Exxon. I'm calling out your names because that is what I dream of, is to see a woman at the head of one of the big energy companies. It doesn't matter where in the world, but that will give me super excitement that that will happen. And so that's my words for the world, that it will manifest into something on a national level. I reaching out at all my sisters and my brothers who are also, and all who are going through different gender changes, that we will embrace them and we will no longer isolate them and we no longer treat them differently, but nationally, that we will come together and support, we will support, we would celebrate. And on an individual level, that we will no longer say we can't do this. So on behalf of Skill Excellence, we wish you a happy weekend and that you will enjoy International Women's Day. No matter what you do, have a great day and celebrate life. Thank you all for being here. Thank you.
Thank you so much, my sister Michaelene, and thank you, Councillor Alasia. Thank you for your valuable time and all the comments. Both of you, thank you and thank you. And all of my sisters who left early for their circumstance, I would like to say massive thank you, Anjumanara, Minara, and also Farhana, though she is not here, she was sick. So we're missing you, and we're really, really grateful for your all wonderful comment. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye,
Good
everyone.
night.
Good night.
Bye.
Bye.